Welcome back to another tactics episode. And today we are helping you solve one of the biggest problems that brands are facing. How do you build a pipeline of high quality creator content as a foundation of creative volume inside of your ad account? Well, we have an amazing expert. She is someone that has been at CTC for many years and has seen our world, the world of e-commerce, from every imaginable angle. She was a growth strategist for a very long time and understands what it takes to grow, and now has switched her hat and is deciding to become a creative lead. And that combination of understanding the media buying and tactical excellence of growth and how it overlays with creative is key to what is allowing her to build such an amazing process for creator content. You're going to enjoy this one. And always, thank you to our sponsors at Motion for helping us to fund and put out some of the best creative content in the world. We use them for all of our reporting and everything that we do inside of this system. Check it out. Enjoy Adrian on creator content.
Hey everyone, I'm so stoked to deliver this week's tactics episode, all zeroed in on CTC creator content, our process, but most importantly, how you can implement it at your brand. This is one of the most overlooked asset types in general, usually because it's too expensive to source and it's extremely inefficient to source. And so solving for those two things is what we want to help with. At the end of the day, it's never a question of if a brand needs creator content in their ad account. In fact, in most healthy ad accounts, UGC or creator content style assets makes up anywhere from 30 to 70% of the total media mix. Now, there's two camps of brands that have historically run a ton of UGC. They know what works. This asset type has been validated. They just struggle to produce it in volume in order to support more scale. Or there's brands that have really never tested this asset type and they're curious to see if it could unlock more efficiency and more volume. The good news is that this process works for brands in both camps. And so whether you're in camp 1 or camp 2, you can implement these steps to get your creator content program up and running and really start to feed your paid social ad accounts, whether that be YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Demand Gen, Meta, TikTok, or all of the above. So like I said, the problem here is brands struggle to source and produce lo-fi native to feed ads in volume because it's either too expensive or too much work. And I promise you, the unlock comes down to the briefing process. What are you asking creators for and why? And how are you systematizing and operationalizing that on the back end? So there are tons of examples in this deck that you can flip through when it's passed off to you. But here are few examples across 6 completely different industries, all ad accounts where UGC is one of their highest top performing asset types. Again, this asset type, when briefed properly, is usually the most effective ad type for new customer acquisition campaigns because it allows you to tap into very specific audience messaging. Pretty much none of us are doing audience targeting anymore in an ad account because broad audience targeting works best, especially for new customer acquisition. And so this is a way to feed Meta's algorithm diverse creative, speaking to exactly the type of audience that you know is going to convert for this product. And gravy on top of all of that is that they'll feed your organic social accounts too, right? So whenever we're briefing creators for this asset type, we're always making sure that the core component of the videos, whether that's the product or the text, is in the middle 2/3 of the video. That way they can be platform agnostic and placement agnostic, so that you don't have to be cutting these up into a bunch of different sizes to serve on different platforms or placement. One 9x16 video, when briefed properly and edited properly, can be delivered to all placement because you can simply crop them in Ads Manager.
Okay, quick interruption to talk to you about Motion. One of my favorite things about using Motion is how quickly it gives me information to the kinds of questions I wonder about all the time when it comes to creative. So in this case, I'm looking at my Skullcandy instance inside of Motion. I can very quickly and easily see my performance across different asset types. This is the thing that brands are incessantly curious about, is how are my static images doing versus my videos versus my DPA or DABA in any given period of time. So in this case, I can quickly pull up, create a comparison type report. I can look at how much spend on images versus videos versus DPA and DABA. I can see the ROAS, the AOV across all these spectrums, and begin to provide those answers back to my customer right away. This is just one of many different reports that exist instantaneously inside of Motion app that our team uses to help bring creative insights to our customers to help produce more outliers.
So this is how the process works. If you're starting out for the first time or you're just looking to optimize your existing process for this, number one is you have to pick your product strategically. This can be determined by factors like hero SKUs, best sellers, new launches, high margin SKUs, inventory that you have loads of that you need to move, or even seasonality, right? So decide on the product that you want to be sending to these creators. Now, a lot of times where I see this go wrong is that brands just seed a bunch of random product to a bunch of different creators and they get back a bunch of random videos that don't really make up a campaign, right? What you're wanting is to unlock volume and efficiency behind a specific SKU in order to actually have a campaign that's delivering for a long period of time at scale at your target ROAS behind that SKU. So seeding products very strategically to these creators is the most important part of this process, in my opinion. Number 2, you're writing your briefs. So you pick a SKU, you identify the creators, meaning the core demos that you're going after. So say you pick your best-selling summer dress and you pick creators that are female creators that are between the age of 30 and 35. You identify who those people are, whether they're sourced from your existing customer base or cold outreach. There's a lot of ways to attack that, but simplify it, right? Pick 5 creators, 1 SKU, and 1 sort of age demo. So make it as simple as possible. 5 creators, moms age 30 to 35 for your best-selling dress. That's the way you're actually going to get movement behind a SKU that you want to be pushing, right? So then you write your briefs, write simple hooks and angles against the product you chose, and include any other details you need. We also have a brief template that we're gonna send to you, and I have the example of that on the next slide. So I'll walk you through that in a minute. Step 3, deliver those briefs to those creators. The simpler, the better. Include a one-time code so that they can purchase the item from your site, get it shipped directly to themselves. Give them about 2 to 3 weeks to turn around their video once the product arrives at their door. And then make sure that you're really clear with them that their voiceover video should not include captions. You just want that voiceover video to be captionless with no text on it so that you can turn it into more versions. Then have them upload their video and raw content into your DAM. And once you receive it, it's time to iterate and launch this creator's content. So add captions to their voiceover video. This serves as ad number 1. Then turn the creator's voiceover video into 3 to 5 additional ad variations using different hooks, formats, or headlines. Then test these ads in an ASC and start learning, right? So ideally, we want 6 ads per creator to feed an ASC campaign. And then you can kind of keep adding to that same ASC over time. So here's an example brief, super simple. Again, 1 page. It has the creator's name with their specific video angle, briefed against the SKU that you seeded to them. A quick bit about you as the brand, so key points on what you might want them to hit on in their video. And then really quick overview of, okay, if you're making a video for us, here's what you get. Obviously the product, here's your compensation, here's how we'll pay you. And then here's what we need, right? So very quick bullets on best practices for making a 30-second Instagram voiceover reel. That's all we're asking these people for. Very simple. We don't want really any other style of video. We want a 30-second Instagram voiceover reel from them with quick 1.5 to 2-second frames. So ideally, their voiceover video is quick moving, it has a strong hook, and it has a really compelling voiceover. It's up to you how much you want to script that voiceover. I've found that the most authentic voiceovers are from creators that aren't given a very specific script or brief, but some brands want to script those more heavily, and so that's very case-by-case basis. Okay, so here's a good real-time example of 1 original video that was then turned into 6 different ads. So these 6 ads, you can see 3 of them have 1 hook, 3 of them have a different hook, and of each of those 3 videos, each has a different headline. So we have this kind of laundry basket intro frame, and then we have this try-on intro frame, and we have 3 headlines across each. Number 1, these are the only scrubs I will wear. Number 2, nurses, you basically live in scrubs, shop accordingly. Number 3, I have found you the softest, comfiest scrubs on the internet. This one video from this creator was a voiceover video, and it was really long. It was like 45 seconds, maybe a minute long. So we took this and we cut it into shorter ads with different intros and different headlines so we can easily give Meta what it needs to find a quick winner. Now, this original video, the 2 videos at the top are the original videos from this creator. Again, 1 creator, multiple variations. So we're giving Meta the volume and diversity it needs to find a quick winner. So again, this is 6 ads, 1 creator. We have 2 different hooks. We have kind of an unboxing hook, and then we have a try on hook, and 3 different headlines on each. Number 1, watch me style the viral double down squirt for my golf date. Number 2, POV, below average golfer, but taking my golf fits very seriously. And then the third headline, golf dates just got a lot cuter, right? So we'll easily find a winning headline. We'll easily find a winning intro because we're giving meta options.